Welcome to Ag on Wheels. I'm your host, Michelle Martin, and today we find ourselves in Citrus City, but there's no citrus, it's all onions, and we're here with the one, the only, John Wayne Revis. It's about to get Western.
I want that intro everywhere I go.
I'll make sure that happens, just for you.
Okay.
Wayne, most of the times when I think of onion, I think of a yellow onion or a white onion, but we're not standing in that kind of field here today. What kind of field are we in?
Today we're in some red onions. It's not going to be as sweet as your Texas 1015 type onion. It may have a little more stronger flavor, but you know, on a burger or salad, you won't be able to taste the difference.
And you said 1015 onion. You actually grow 1015s as well.
We have quite a bit of 1015 acres as well. Those are your sweet onions. Love them raw as a side dish. Any way you want to cook them up.
And a little fun fact for you guys, Mr. Revis over here told me, how did 1015 get its name?
It's the ideal planting date, 15th of October.
There you have it, bet you didn't know that. One thing that I have learned through traveling with the show is that everyone's plant dates are different and every crop grows at a different rate. Tell us a little bit about your planting of onions. How long does it take?
Well, we go in first with our yellows, usually late September, early October, and then we'll continue with those through the month, but we'll also transition to whites and reds mid-October or so.
And when will you harvest it? How many days is this onion crop?
Too long, actually, but we'll start with our yellows first part of March, and then hopefully the last week of March, 1st of April, we're going with some color.
A lot of areas use different irrigation practices.
Right.
We go center pivots, flood, drip, which we all do here, but which one do you use?
We are on drip irrigation. That's the only way to go for me. I can control my moisture better, I can control my fertility better. These onions are spoon-fed weekly, so I can put precise amounts. We do petiole analysis, so I know what I'm lacking or have too much in, so I can make accurate applications weekly.
And I know that you said you spoon feed them, which makes me think of a child, and growing a crop is pretty much like raising a child. They just don't talk back.
That's the only good thing, I guess. They don't talk back, but the love and care that you put into a crop is like raising a child.
All right, Wayne. So as a child, did you know farming was in your blood, or is it something that you kind of just grew to love?
I'm a third-generation farmer here in the valley. Earliest memories were riding in a grain truck or riding in a combine or in the field playing on equipment. And just from the start, it's been what I've wanted to do.
And what is one thing that keeps you putting your feet on the ground every morning and coming out to these fields?
The elusive lure of trying to hit that home run. You know, trying to do better the next day, because make plenty of mistakes today, so tomorrow we're going to get it all right. And we don't, so we keep coming back.
I always say in every episode that it takes faith, family, and farming. How important is your faith and your family in your farming practices?
Seems like my daily conversations with the good Lord are getting longer and longer each day. You're at Mother Nature's mercy, so you know your faith's got to get you through the rough times, and then you got your family to lean on and support you when you get home, and I'm lucky to have that.
What would you say the hardest part about farming in the Rio Grande Valley is?
Mother Nature. We have extreme conditions we have to deal with sometimes. We're always in some sort of stage of drought, and the heat really messes with our production windows. We've got to watch heat on the beginning, because that can affect germ and affect our stands, and if we don't start with a good stand, your yields are going to suffer on the tail end. And then as you go throughout the season, we get into harvest, we get into April and May, we can be 100 degrees. So that's going to affect quality on the tail end. So we've got to get in and get out.
nursery operation doesn't just have a one-man band. It takes a lot of work, a lot of friends, a lot of family. What is one person, or who is one person that is very valuable to you?
My foreman, Armando Leal, has been with us over 30 years. You work so long with someone, you're almost thinking like, both on the same page, and you become so diversified that you're spread so thin. It's great to have someone you can rely on to do A while you're tending to B.
We were talking a little bit about some of the things that you're trying for this new year, and you told me that you are going to double fertilize at the same time?
You know, our row crops, we're dry land, and so moisture is our most limiting factor, and so we try to be as efficient with placement and timing as we can. You do in the fall, it could tie up or leach out or be so dry you're busting through it, and then if you try to do it side dress later, might not get any rain, so we try to do as much as we can at planting. We have saddle tanks and we have tag-along tanks to try to address multiple needs with multiple fertilizers and one pass all at once.
Thank you so much for having me and my crew out here to see how you grow onions. We know you wake up every morning and it's a struggle to feed America. It's a hard job.
Sometimes, yep. I appreciate you coming out, and it's been my pleasure to share what we do and get our message out there.
Absolutely. Well, join me, Michelle Martin. Where will I be next? Only God knows. God bless, and we'll see you next time.